Welcome to this fourth and final episode on our 2020 Toyota Corolla Hatchback, where we've got something very special planned for you. I did say something very special, Jason. How do you feel about that? You feel special today?
Very special.
Jason is familiar to some of you, actually, because we reviewed his Scion FRS. We'll put a link to that in the top right corner. But today you've brought your daily driver, which is a flame blue 2019 Toyota Corolla.
Yep.
So this is the first year, the launch year. We have the 2020, which has a few little differences that you were actually explaining to me. He knows more about these cars than we do. What were some of those differences?
Android Auto is a big one.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of the Android guys were upset that it didn't have that initially.
Yeah, otherwise I think your trim level is higher than mine,
yeah.
So small little differences in terms of what tech it's in it, stuff like that.
And you were saying these have like fully LED rear tail lights, which is kind of unique.
Yeah, I think for people that care about cars that aren't so exciting, it's pretty surprising how much money they put into these cars. So full LED headlights and tail lights, so not really something common in this price range.
Yeah, it's a pretty high-end lighting package for a car at this price point.
Yeah.
And what we have planned for Jason today is for him to take his Corolla for a few laps to see how it performs in stock configuration, and then take ours for a few laps and see how the two compare, so that he can give us his honest feedback on what he likes or what he dislikes about what we've done to the car. Pretty sure he's going to like it. He's a performance guy. He takes his FRS to the track a lot, so I think you're going to like what you experience. And then we're actually going to loan him the car for a week while we go off to the SEMA show, so that he can spend a week driving it on the street and report back to us on how he likes living with a lowered car with a slightly firmer suspension and a wider, stickier tire and all that good stuff. So that's what we've got in store. So let's jump in your stalker here and go for a rip. Feel the power, my friend. Feel the power.
A whopping 160.
168. And for a car that weighs a hair over 3,000 pounds, I think it actually moves the car along pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
It's got a nice, meaty, mid-range, torque band, I would say, which makes it feel quite quicker on the street. But I think on the track, you feel like, the top end isn't maybe as lively as you would want out of a true track car. But this isn't a track car, is it? It's a daily driver.
Yeah, I think with the fuel economy, you get a lot of laps in without bringing a jerry can. Yeah,
it's true. The fuel economy is pretty incredible. You were saying you average, 5.9 liters per 100 kilometers?
Yeah, on the way here.
That's an impressive number. I think I'm only getting 6.5 the way I drive, but my commute is a lot of city stuff, so maybe you're doing more.
I'm more experienced.
Yeah, it's true. You're a smoother driver than me. You're proving that out here now.
I probably shouldn't be going so hard on a warm-up, otherwise I won't have any brakes.
Go as hard as you want. You probably know about my world-famous motion sickness problem, so
definitely can't overshoot it, otherwise you're just going to understeer.
Understeer, yeah. I don't. That was nice, using the curbs with that nice compliant factory suspension.
Yeah. Why
not?
Don't have to worry about bending expensive wheels.
Exactly. Yeah, the gearing is quite long. You end up just using third gear on the straightaways, and then a little bit of second gear in the tight stuff. I would typically go down to second gear here, but you're carrying good speed in third. I like your strategy, use the third gear through here. You might have found the hot setup.
Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to go for the Corolla lap record.
I can see you're trying to make the lap record already. So what do you notice as far as the limitations of the stock setup goes?
Definitely the brakes. The brakes don't give you too much confidence, especially on the high-speed corners.
Yeah, you don't really want to attack the brake zones too hard.
Yeah, they're really easy to modulate, but they get really soft really easy.
They do, and obviously they're not designed for this kind of use, so it's on the street I think they have quite a nice feel, but on the racetrack they get spongy and start to lose bite pretty quickly, don't they?
Yeah.
The car has a fair bit of body roll, but it's not excessive.
Yeah, it's manageable for sure. Like right now I'm pinned to the floor.
Nice, yeah, you really nailed that perfectly. Man, I think you might be a front-wheel drive race car driver and you never knew it. You're ripping good.
Probably explains why I'm so slow in the FRS.
He's not slow, everybody. All right, here we go in Corolla 2.0.
Yeah.
Modified for your driving pleasure. And you'll probably notice it turns in better and has more grip right away. Because,
oh, definitely.
Wider tire, stickier tire.
The brakes are way better.
Are they? Yeah. For such a mild pad upgrade, I really noticed it was a big improvement too.
just gives you more confidence and feel.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like it really allows you to lay the power mid-corner. Mine just does not do anything.
Yeah, it really does let you get on the power much earlier. And that's, I think, when you start to notice the differential, the open diff one, and sort of like, you feel like the front tires are kind of winding and unwinding a bit.
Yeah, I can feel that for sure.
But it's
right there.
It's good to get to the limits of the car and really feel what it wants to do. And I really like the chassis. I find it to be a really, stiff, responsive chassis. I think it's a car with a lot of tuning potential. And man, you're ripping good speed onto the front straight there, my friend. I like it.
I don't know how hard you want me to push in this thing.
As hard as you want, my friend. Actually, I think I'm going to have you drop me off. So now that you've sort of had a feel for a few corners, just dump me in the paddock. My motion sickness and I will go sulk in the corner, and you can go and chase a hot lap.
No
but I'm going to put our race pack lap timer in here so you can see how you're doing.
Perfect. Fun car. Way better than mine for this type of stuff. On diff. Getting along. Come on, diff. Oh man, it cuts hard. All right, Jason, you did your hot laps in our car. You did some earlier in your car, obviously. What did you feel like the biggest differences were? Definitely the brakes. Gives you a lot more confidence, especially in a turn 1, turn 2. That's like a lot of time.
Yeah.
On this track. The tires are really good.
They are good, aren't they?
For how much
340 tread wear.
For 340 tread wear, that's like really good grip. They're really communicative, so like you know where the grip is, you know where the limit is. And I've tried a lot of tires, and I think these are probably best in class in the 300, 340 tread wear.
Yeah, I'm amazed how much grip they have for a 340 tread wear. And they're also really, as you'll find out on the street, I think they're very reasonable ride quality. They're nice and quiet, so I think you'll enjoy them as a street tire too. As long as it doesn't snow on us.
Yeah.
Let's hope. And wow, you put on a heck of a show out there. You looked like you were blazing fast. Just watching you come around the last corner here, you were carrying a ton of speed. As a matter of fact, I cheated and I looked on our Race Pack Vantage data, and I saw you were hitting 150k up the front straight. I only hit 148. So he's already proved he's faster than me in a straight line. And it turns out in the corners he was faster too. He pulled 1.14 Gs. I only pulled 1.10 Gs, which probably means you went faster than me. I did a 129.7 and you did a 120.87. What is going on here? Everyone's faster than DP this year. It's the year of DP getting beat.
Yeah.
And you did, I think, a 135 something in your own car?
Yeah, like 135.9 or 7. I pretty much did like 4 or 5 laps in 135.
At least I was faster than him in the stock car, everybody. That's my only saving grace here. Still, that's a massive leap. That is, what, 8 seconds faster?
Yeah, roughly.
Around that. That is a huge leap forward. And it's got to be giving you some bad ideas of what to do with your own car now.
Yeah, I mean,
have we ruined it for you?
I planned on modding it, and I was like, it's my daily driver, shouldn't worry about anything on it, but second guessing for sure.
Well, after you go and spend a week with it, we'll see if you're committed to the idea of changing your daily driver or just keep pushing the money towards the FRS. So, as a matter of fact, we're going to have Jason become a videographer on his iPhone and give us some updates during the week of daily driving this car. And then we'll reconvene with you at the end and kind of summarize the whole experience. Perfect. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. And we are back. It's been a few weeks since our day at the racetrack with Jason, and he's been daily driving it.
Yep.
Living with a modified Corolla. And how has that experience been versus your unmodified one?
When I first bought the Corolla, I had plans of modifying it. I didn't know whether or not the mods that I wanted to do would kind of take away from it being a daily driver.
Yeah.
But after driving your car for a few days, especially, I put a lot of kilometers on it.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of made me realize, like, if I just did it the way you guys did, it wouldn't really, there were really no drawbacks. I mean, the car is lower,
right? So
driving up steep driveways or parking lots, stuff like that, I did bottom out a few times, but driving on the highway, it's quiet. Right?
Front lip's still on there, everybody, so you didn't bottom out that badly.
It was pretty slow, it's pretty slow. But like driving on the highway, I did a lot of highway driving.
Yeah.
And the tires were really quiet, right? offered a lot of grip, and even the rain, like it rained like pretty much every day that I had it, and it never had any bad habits driving down the road. The exhaust, I mean, when you wanted to hear it's there, when you're on the highway, you don't really necessarily hear it at all.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing actually what that exhaust does for the sound of it.
So
and I think the ride quality on the RSRs was livable as a daily.
I personally, like when I got into, like after you guys gave it to me, obviously it was a long drive back from Cayuga.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's not as, like after I got back into my car, it's not as comfortable, but it's not like unbearable.
Right.
Like you could definitely, if someone got into this car, they didn't know they had coilovers on it, you wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, it's not shockingly harsh or anything, is it? I think it's very livable as a daily setup. Yeah. Obviously, it's not quite as comfortable as the stock stuff, but I quite like the ride quality. And keep in mind too that we have the rear shocks set almost to full stiff to try to get the car to rotate at the track. And had we softened that all down for you, I assume it'd be more compliant. We never got around to testing that, but I think we could add some compliance if we really wanted to. So. Well, it's good to hear you didn't really have any, negative experiences with it, other than maybe bottoming the Lipo once or twice.
That was my bad.
That's just part of life, living with a lowered car too, isn't it? I mean, we've all had lower cars here, and it happens. It's part of the game. But you kept it all in one piece, so we do appreciate that. And oh, by the way, we should mention you actually had like a few friends check the car out with you. You took it for rides, and they had fairly positive responses to it. They liked the way it looked. And
I showed it to a couple of my friends, and we really didn't give them any heads up. Just like, hey, come over. I just wanted you to see my Corolla. Yeah, exactly. And they loved it.
It's pretty sick. God damn. It makes me want to buy a Corolla. Wow. Whoa. Look at this. Did you clean it?
No. Literally thrashed it on the track and then came home.
Holy shit. I like it.
You approve?
I love it. Yeah? What? What is this?
Auto-tune lip. Dude, that lip kit's like SL's T's, real T's.
Oh my god. Look at this fitment, bro. Look at this fitment. Oh, you got the side skirts too?
Check the back.
No. Dude, the hottest boy in town, right here.
I feel like everything we put on it hit the mark pretty close to home. I think maybe Jason's confirming that for us. Maybe a slight confirmation bias happening here, but we really do appreciate you giving us your time and your input on the car as a third-party independent source. Well, everybody, I think that's a wrap on this 4-part mini-series on the new Toyota Corolla hatchback. I hope you enjoyed it. I know we really enjoyed it, and maybe as some final thoughts, we should ask you guys what you think of the build. Did we hit the mark? Did we go far enough with the build? Did we go too far, not far enough? Do you like the gold on blue color combination? Does the lip kit work for you or not? So let us know in the comment section, and let us know if you like these kinds of simple, shorter build series, or if you prefer our more involved, more technical projects that we tend to favor around here. And one last question is, what do you think of the new Corolla? Let us know if it won a little place in your heart or not, as far as its performance or style goes, or the value that it offers, and whether maybe we helped convince you a little bit into taking it seriously as a fun daily driver, something that you could legitimately commute in every day and still go to the track in, or go to an autocross in, or just rip down your favorite country road in. So yeah, give us some feedback on all of that. And while you're at it, there's that subscribe button over there. You could exercise whatever corner I should be pointing to, and the whole deal with notification bells. Do all that stuff too. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you very soon. All right, you might as well let it See how soft that off is though?
The brakes are, oh man.